This is the Velobuild VBR086. So I got this frame set, this Chinese carbon frame set, for a pretty nice price, pretty cheap. Came out total at around 600 Swiss francs, which is about the same as US dollars, including shipping and all this stuff, tax and whatnot. And I built it up pretty cheaply. You can see over here with a 105 group set. This is really cheap but amazing group set. 105 STI levers here, direct mount brakes, rear derailleur, crankset, compact 5034 for some good climbing, and Ultegra front derailleur because it wasn't really that much more expensive than a 105, so I went for the Ultegra. Derailleur in the rear works pretty great, 34 cassette, no worries. You don't need an additional derailleur hanger here, like this extension, you don't need it, you can just put it on there. 34 works, no worries. I don't know if you can see it there. 34. Direct mount brakes gave some amazing tire clearance. I run at 25, but as you know, tires will grow over time, so this isn't 25 anymore. I reckon it's a 26, 27, depending on how much it grew. But you can see still plenty of room left, so 28, no worries. I run a 28 in the front, and we still have the room, no worries there either. So how's it been going, the bike in general? I can say it rolls amazingly fast. I don't know if it's due to the aerodynamics or the stiffness of the bike, but the stiffness is amazing. It's a really stiff bike. You climb really quick. So if you put in the power in the pedals, it really goes immediately to the road. Of course, that depends on how stiff your wheels are. I built those wheels up myself and they're not bad. Those are Mavic Open Pros, the rims. But you really feel that the bike is stiff and it wants to go forward, so the ride quality is pretty amazing for a Chinese carbon frame for about 500 bucks. And due to the lowest seat stays and the quite aerodynamic shapes, it's good in the wind, it's fast in the wind, it cuts the wind nicely. So you really feel fast on it, so that's really cool. So ride quality is pretty good, no worries there. Of course it's really stiff, so cobblestones won't be really nice unless you really run that 28 with a low tire pressure. So be sure to put a 28 in if you want to go over some rough terrain. Then some negative aspects. So the ride quality is really amazing, that's no negative points there. But building up the bike, especially if you build it up alone, you want to make sure that you check really all the parts, okay? Especially the fork, that you check the crown, that you check the shaft, that you really control it well. Also inside the frame with a light. If you can spot any cracks, anything that you find a bit sketchy, that you might want to check with a professional bike mechanic or one that is an expert in carbon fiber. Building up the bike, I realized that the shifting cables, they run all the way through, so they have no stop here, which will result in the shifting houses going all the way down. So there will be a bit more friction, it will be a bit heavier, but it's no big deal for me, but maybe for you. This is a really small detail that needs to be pointed out. Braking, of course, front brakes, no problem. Again, rear brakes, you can see the housing goes in here and comes in here. It comes out here, sorry. So the cable does not go a diagonal way in the top tube, but it runs on the left side. So if you're braking, in the first place I thought it will have the friction on the frame, so it will actually rub inside the carbon. But I reckon that really you can hardly control. You would have to dismount everything here and go in with like a special camera. I reckon the cable does go away from the carbon quite a bit because it still has those plastic like inserts that will provide a bit of space between the carbon wall and the cable. But this also I found a bit sketchy because normally the bikes, they choose a diagonal route, or the cable comes out on top of here, like for instance Trek, older models, or just on the other side, so it runs diagonally, so there surely will be no friction. But this is really a special point. So cable routing is not the greatest, but it is you can handle it. Okay, there you will find a solution, so no problems there. Geometry wise, it really has it's really similar to the S-Works SL6 from Specialized. So it's quite a racy position. If you slam the stem, you will get quite low in the front end. And it has a bit of sloping. Otherwise, it's really a modern geometry. Racy, long top tube, but you can still get comfortable on it. That's no problem. This is a 56 frame, so you can get an idea. And my seat height is about 73 centimeters. The stem is 12 centimeter. So I get tip of the saddle, center of the bars, I get about 56 centimeters. That's the distance between here and here. This is quite racy, quite aggressive, but I like it that way. Shorter stem will provide you some more comfort, of course, and if you don't cut your carbon steer this low, you will still get a nice even drop. I get quite a lot of drop, about 10 centimeters, maybe 8, I don't know. Think it all the way through, how you want your precision dialed in, and especially be sure before you cut your forks, okay? Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will see you in the next one.